Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Community Gaming $10,000 Valorant tournament. It's Paulie Hype alongside J Turbo. Once again, J Turbo, what's going on, baby? Welcome back. It's great to have you here.
I am so excited. Great to be casting alongside you as we are about to have a really banger series. I mean, from just the last best of three, we saw YFP up against Immortals really just completely demolish them in that final round on Split. And, you know, we already got a peek at some of the map picks and bans, and Soar immediately taking Split out of YFP's map pool. And I mean, that just makes sense with how intense and how high level this competition is going to be. You don't want to be having your opponent on something so comfortable.
Yeah, very true. You know, these teams are constantly competing against each other. They know the ins and outs, and they know exactly the maps to pick and ban to give themselves the best opportunities to win. We'll start this first one over on Ascent, and that's going to be, like I said, YFP's pick. And yeah, I'm really excited to it. We're getting into the game, and I cannot wait. Welcome, everybody, to the $10,000 Community Valorant event. Third caster group on the day, but Jay Turbo, I'm happy to be here with you, buddy.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. We're in the third group. This is quarterfinals as everyone is racing to try and reach that top 8 to play tomorrow. As really it all comes down to this. You know, you've been sweeping your brackets all the way up.
Right.
I mean, Soar on the way, they didn't have an easy time. They went up against YFPGaming, and they even 2-0'd them, which really wasn't what anyone was expecting. That was off stream, but still a very contentious match in the bracket. So we're really going to have to see how they respond to YFP, who's got to be feeling really, really good after taking down Immortals.
Come on, man! You're bringing out the words contentious. Come on. We got a long 3 games here. You don't get started too early with it. You got the big vocabulary, but no, I'm loving the information. Absolutely pinpoint, 100% the truth. Everything you said here, and I actually saw that YFPGaming. People on Twitter were I saw people going like, "Wait, who just beat who? What's going on here?" So that's pretty cool here as we see some newer teams come up along the ranks as we head out to Ascent. It's going to be YFP on attack and Soar on defense here. Let's take a look at some of the character picks here as we can see them on the screen. I'm not sure if they're up on the stream yet, but you want to go over some of those here, J Turbo?
Yeah, some of the interesting picks we're looking at. We've got YFP opening up, and, you know, they're sticking with what they had comfortable in that last series. You know, you've still got Mr. Juan on that Sova, had some really great playmaking on that Agent. We also have Worldwide on the Omen. Really love to see these teams taking Omen instead of Astra sometimes because it gives you a little more flexibility with some of that cross-map potential. Soar going in the opposite direction, picking up the Astra, so it's still very, very good for them. And, you know, some of the duelist picks coming out, we're seeing 2 Jets, so very excited to see those duels come out. But one thing to note, actually, from YFP's composition is they're only running that 1 Jet duelist, whereas Soar going for a Phoenix, having that extra sort of entry capability.
Yeah, and then vice versa, you have the, you know, the Joy as well as the defense characters here. Sorry, my brain's already getting so hype, overloaded with hype that I can't even formulate my sentences here. But the 2 offensive characters here is an interesting pick here. We have the Jet and we have the Phoenix with a more defensive cop here for YFP on the Joy there. So it's gonna see how it plays out. I also like the mobility of the Omen, like you said as well. So we're just like waiting for these 2 teams to get started here, and we will get right into the game. Seeing some maybe a little lag issues here, but I think they might play it out.
Yeah, I think that they might be getting a quick restart before we get underway. No one wants to be blaming lag for any tournament results here, so I think that they'll just be taking a second for that.
Sweet.
But, you know, again, like you mentioned, more of a defensive setup from Soar as well with the Killjoy, or actually both sides taking this Killjoy. I really like that. On Ascent, you have flexibility, really good setups on both A and B, whether you're going for lineups or you're trying to go for the more traditional.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the $10,000 Community Gaming Valorant Tournament. Paulie Hype alongside J Turbo. Welcome back. We had that small intermission, but now we're getting right back into Ascent. J Turbo, what's going on?
Yeah, small intermission, but we will be getting it back in very, very shortly. Picks should be staying the same. So what we're actually going to be seeing across these two teams is sort of this difference in style, whether you're going more defensive or a little more offensive, where Soar, they're opting for some more flexible picks like the Phoenix, like the Astra, going for some of this really, really creative play where you have this Phoenix who doesn't always feel like a duelist with the wall and with some of his other utility. But then on the other side, you've got the Sky, you've got the Omen, very aggressive picks as well.
Yeah, and the Sova. I mean, Sova's been a character you just see on almost every single team, purely information-based, amazing ultimate as well. So we see that pick come out quite a bit. The Killjoy works the ultimate, works so quality on the offense as well as defense, which is what we see so much as we're seeing that character once again on both sides here. A little bit of a mirror match. It's really, in my opinion, both these games, will this X factor on Soar, the Phoenix, be able to add that extra firepower, or is it going to come down to the more defensive play style of YFW?
Yeah, that's really what it's going to come down to. Will that extra duelist really be that extra oomph that they need to sort of get over this hump? As we're seeing the setups come through, and a pretty big stack going towards A site for the side of YFP, and looks like they want to go for something aggressive out the gate.
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays off. First map is underway here on Ascent. 0-0. Here we go, everyone. This is it. The match has begun. Soar Bossy here, sitting on top of the catwalk, trying to find these opening angles. It looks like it's going to be more of a rotation towards A site here. As there goes found one, and Soar Bossy's going to take on Meester really easily as the push-in comes out from YFP.
Yeah, and Xander also responding really well as the frags just keep coming by, as it feels like this Astra sitting up heaven is just too much to deal with. Now it's just Tetra on this flank trying to make it work.
And that first round is going to go easily to the defenders. Soar showing exactly why they are one of the dominant teams inside Valorant. That first round was taken easily, J Turbo, and I mean, we'll see how it goes. The plays in round number 2, but what should any adjustment be made, or if any, moving here forward for YFP?
I mean, what we really saw there was just the Astra being able to buy a lot of time. The smoke combined with the concussion just sort of left YFP confused. They weren't sure exactly where to go. They were stuck in this purple haze, and the rest of Soar was able to just come in, clean up, and collect their team down. As now within save round, we're going to see what they can do.
As we take a look here, 133 left in this second round.
Right here.
Over alongside with Meester here for YFP. Now over to Giza. Beautiful stuff here. Giza with sitting in the corner. Does get flashed. Wanted to take it down 3.
Oh my gosh.
Giza, big boy play coming out the rip.
Player standing.
That was so massive. YFPGaming does go down, but got so much. And Worldwide actually bring it up against Cryo, but so low. Don't know how much he can get done here.
Wow, what an amazing triple there. Worldwide going to get the bomb down, so a little bit of extra plant money will go towards YFP here, as 3 members of Soar do know where that bomb is down. It is just a lonely Omen. Worldwide sitting on the point. And let's see how it plays out here. Omen coming alongside the right here. Only 22 life. Worldwide is in trouble. There's no doubt about it, but he does get the extra plant money. Ooh, John QT with the quick kill on Worldwide. That will be a defuse. 2-0 over to Soar.
And I mean, that's about what you expect, especially when there's, the force up with the Spectres. Nothing too surprising, but at the very least, they did get that plant money. That's really all you're looking for when you do force up those ghosts. So you can sort of recoup that money, maybe get a pick or 2 here, weaken the opponent's economy. But, this is third round. This is where the game really begins. Both teams, whether you're bonusing or have rifles, have got guns in their hands and full utility. And John QT going for the early operator, and that's what I love to see on these Jet players, is just all-out aggression and that confidence. And when a team's playing confidently, it's pretty hard to stop them.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's just like traditional sports in that sense, as to where the confidence level really can portray and excel your gameplay so much higher. 2-0 though, as we head to round number 3. It looks like to be a rush downside A. YFP coming on in, flashes from everywhere as YFP starts breaking in here. And it's going to be SoarXander from behind, finds one. Worldwide going to get two, though. YFP having a chance in here, J-Turbo.
Yeah, Lynn. Oh, John QT with 2 quick kills on the operator plant coming down. Don't know if it'll be enough, and the shot starts to take him down.
Yeah, I mean, round 3 operator. Oh, John QT picking up a third. And man, Soar is just on a roll here. I know it's early, but this game has already brought in so much hype. A triple kill multiple times. Soar is playing so fantastic, once again demonstrating why they are one of the top teams here in Valorant. This is great so far. However, over to the YFP side, they've got to find a way in, J-Turbo. They are struggling so far.
Yeah, they are struggling. I mean, I don't like them when they're on even footing, just going for these A rushes. Play a little slower. You've got utility to work with. You've got the Sova. They're not going for these sort of dart scouting and owl drones that I feel they really need to. Instead, don't try and challenge op on long angles, as we might see Tekra. Oh man, almost dancing with death, but using the turret for just a little bit of information.
Wow, genius play here by Reformed. Gonna use that smoke from Astra to get up top, get position. Sheriff in hand. And they'll spot one. And this is kind of what you were talking about, Turbo. Taking a little bit more time here. Not rushing one particular side. No, not going for the all-out blitzes. Just trying to get some intel here before they decide to rush in. Seer Cryo trying to find some information with one of those owl darts there.
Yeah, wasn't able to find much, but at the very least, you've got an idea of where the enemy is playing. And now with the Omen smokes out mid, they're looking for some of that control. And being able to cut off as many long angles as possible is what you want to do when you've got that gun disadvantage. But I don't know if they're ready for John QT just sitting here in tree. Could run into something pretty tough.
He's guarding and he's not risking anything. It's going to be a beautiful flash, though, from Soar Bossy, who finds 2 on the Phoenix. Xander's going to pick up another one. 3 members down for YFP. Worldwide, though, with the Marshall shot. Beautiful play. Soar Bossy's going to hit the death screen from that one. This bomb's going down.
Yeah, but it's a 2v3, and I'm pretty sure that both players have gun. Actually, Lynn's still on the Sheriff, so not quite even gun state, but still very doable. And here's that mobility on the Omen. Able to scout out, but it's not quite enough. And this is going to be tough with 3 members encroaching.
Yeah, Worldwide still the only member alive once again. 1-on-3, but a beautiful shot. Here comes the teleporter, but it looks like doesn't exactly.
They don't know.
Did not find her. Yeah, they couldn't find her. Oh no! 1-on-1 situation. It's just SoarCryo. Oh! Worldwide does it. That's gonna be 4 kills right there. What a beautiful play, Turbo.
Oh my gosh, Worldwide just coming in clutch for his team, really doing the most, getting 1 kill to open up that site, and then using his utility beautifully. I mean, I'm personally an Omen main, and this is why I love him. You have so much creativity between the smokes, between the teleports, and right there, you know, the sound cues aren't enough when you can't see half the site, and going into hell, being able to just completely 180 his opponents, and then winning that last duel at 3 HP. You can't ask for anything better than this.
And that was just a great perfection play. YFP needed it so bad. They were down 3-0. This first round going to get them some money here, back on board, and now a little bit of confidence as well, and that's really what you needed the most.
Yeah, that's what you need, you know, some of that confidence. You lose the first gun round and you're maybe a little unsure, then you win a save round right behind it. That's got to really get YFP sort of in that confidence mode, like you said.
Yeah, and, you know, it's just like watching a basketball going off a free throw, right? Like, the free throw, you haven't hit shots all night long in basketball. You get that one free throw going, not moving, not jumping, stationary, and it just brings all the lights back on in the car.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I feel like the warm-up there, like, Worldwide is going to feel so warm after clutching that. It's really going to get him back in the game.
Oh, yeah, 100% is now Lynn peeking out, not able to find much, but here comes the team.
Giza, though. Ooh, SoarCryo from the right-hand side. Beautiful play. Reform going to take him out for a 1-1 trade, but this one looks like it's going to go to Soar. But wait a minute. Meester said, hold on.
30 seconds left.
Never mind. Soar took it.
Yeah, Soar did take that one, but I mean, we've seen crazier things just like last round, so wouldn't be surprised if they had some more tricks in their pockets. But, you know, that's the kind of stuff that we like to see. You know, now in a gun round, maybe a little shakier, but still, they're coming at this with a lot more control. That is YFP. You know, they're not rushing as much. They're not just trying to challenge every single angle, and it's working for them. They're getting a lot better on site now. Can't do much when an Odin just sort of peeks you, and from the side, but still a lot better play out of YFP.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, you're 100% correct there. I couldn't have said it better. They just playing with much more poise, despite still losing the rounds. They're definitely playing with a lot more poise. But John QT, what? Shot through the wall, beautiful times. I don't know if he let that one fly or not, but either way, connected with it. Reform's gonna trade off now with a 4-on-4. John QT picking up another one, but he'll get taken out now. Oh!
Ryo is so icy with this Odin, and now it's just Reform, though, trying to pick it up for his team in an awkward spot, but does have the Trailblazer, so might be able to make this work.
1 minute and 2 seconds left in the round. Giza, though, gonna find Reformed. It is a 5-1, and Soar is running. You know, J Turbo, this is kind of the way Valorant goes. There's 2 pistol rounds in the Valorant, and after each pistol round, as we know, pistol rounds are massive, leading into really a snowball of the following rounds. Soar has snowballed perfectly. They've taken 5 rounds out of 6, and they've done it all off the 3 opening pistol round advantage. That you couldn't have played much better than that.
Yeah, honestly, and what's so tough for the side of YFP is that, you get that 1 round, you're feeling good, and you immediately get shut back down, and that ruins your economy. You don't have any of that loss bonus coming back, and now they're at an even state again after that last save. Now it's going to be an op duel.
Be faster.
Woo! What a shot! Nice shot, QT! Picking up 2 with the op. The operator looking perfect right now. Wow, that was such a great shot.
When John QT is landing shots like that, it's tough to push into it. Winning the op duel and then taking another one down, that is so incredible. As now YFP a little bit split, and it's hard to push into these positions because with Astra and Killjoy, you just have so much visible utility that's so hard to push into.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And when also you have, QT hitting those shots, it's like a mental barrier in the back of your mind, like, oh, if we push in right now, is he gonna blame the first guy that comes through the smoke? I mean, it's really stressful, but it is gonna be a push in. Soar Xander, though, picking up 2 through the smoke. Beautiful play by Soar. Only worldwide once again left for YFP. They are in trouble. It looks like it's going to be 6 rounds, and just like that, Giza is going to pick them up 6-1 as we head to round number 8. It has been all Soar in the first half.
And the trouble is, they're playing slow, they're playing for information, but when you're losing your opening duels, you lose your entry fraggers, and then you're just sort of left with a Sky and a Killjoy and an Omen. None of them really all that adept at being the first one into sight. Sure, they can set up your duelists, but they're not great at being that duelist themselves. So I think, maybe not having Lin take so many aggressive peeks against QT is how they have to try and approach this attack, because otherwise they might just fall too far behind. That was Mr. Juan getting the opening kill, and Tetra getting answered right back. Mr. Juan getting another one, though.
Wow, big pickup there, as it is finally YFP with a little bit of an advantage here. They've got the 1-man advantage. The bomb is going to get picked back up here, going down long A, and 3 members of Soar are going to look to defend, as we have the Killjoy by themselves over at A, and then we have 2 members of Soar kind of just looking unconfirmed. They're looking for YFP. They don't know exactly where they are yet, and this is great, exactly like you said, J Turbo. Take the time, don't do the rush, play the clock, and so far this could be YFP's turnaround round.
It could be their turnaround round, and even Astra's picking up the stars and resetting them. This is so great to see, as YP are wasting so much time. They tried to sort of bait a bit of a commit, but now they're taking a little too long with those smokes coming out. Soar's got to know something's up.
Yeah, as that, ooh, Xander, whoa! Through the wall, winds up connecting, and 4 members go down. And despite the lead, it's Giza with a double, Xander with a double. Oh man,
I'm just in shock. I mean, Xander getting 2 back-to-back headshots with the Vandal through the smoke? Are you kidding me? That's so insane. Like, when you're in those do-or-die situations and you pull out plays like that, you've got to feel a little bit defeated if you're YFP.
Yeah, there's no, I mean, that's what's so demoralizing, right? It's like, obviously YFP is trying as hard as they possibly can, and you're just walking into a stone wall known as Soar every single time. I mean, this has been so difficult for them to even get the bomb on a plant, Turbo.
yeah, they've only, I think, been able to get, I think, 2 plants this round, and Guy's already taking down Worldwide. It's just Lin and Reformed, Sheriffs in hand. Gotta just try and do some economic damage, I think, at this point. Sheriffs aren't really worth saving, but maybe taking a rifle out of their hands is.
Yeah, there's no question about it. But this one, once again, oh, John QT. Beautiful stuff right there. Winds up getting, again, John QT on the op has just been, the operator has been an absolute nightmare. Sorry, I don't mean to call it the op there, just bad habit. But, you know, Soar is just running around with this one, 8-1, and John QT has been the hero and the knight in shining armor right now.
I mean, everyone on this Soar roster has had their standout moments, whether it's Xander defending A main, whether it's John QT just being that sort of bastion in mid. No matter who it is, all of these players are stepping up when they need to. I mean, we even saw, I think it was, who was it? It was Giza with that triple kill in the second round, just shutting down the rush. Right. All of these players are finding their moments and really making it count.
Yeah, it's every single member of Soar just stepping up over and over and over. It is 8-1 right now. YFP is not, they can't get off one round. What is going on? I mean, YFP's got to find some way back into this one. It is not over just yet. We're only on map number 1, no question about it. So YFP, they definitely have some room here for error. However, 8-1 is never going to be a supportive, encouraging thing as we hit here to round number 10.
Yeah, it's never where you want to be. Even if you're a little more comfortable on defense, it's still, you don't want to have that big of a round disadvantage. So it's, you know, losing the pistol could make or break this first game.
Way too much pressure being down 9 rounds. Not that it's not comebackable, but it's definitely a massive disadvantage. It looks like it's going to be an A-side push here as that Sova ult comes out. Soar Bossy, though, on the Phoenix winds up finding Mr. Juan and Xander again, man. These two guys have been so phenomenal so far. Lin will find one for YFP as they will finally get the bomb down. Worldwide will try to put it down, but oh man, Soar's just all over the place now with the Sova.
30 seconds left.
And that was so great because it denies the plant and it slows things down. Now this lockdown should be good, but when Cutie's better, what are you gonna do?
I mean, the operator in the hands of Jet is just such a nightmare. You always see the Jet player pick up the operator. They can just shoot totally safe every time their dash is up. It's such a quality move. The defender Killjoy is gonna come out as well as YFP is desperately trying to pull this one out.
Yeah, and this even forces one to pop out Bossy.
Ooh. 1 enemy remaining.
Tetra gonna take out Bossy, but it's gonna be Cryo and John that wind up each picking up another 2. 4 members of Soar are alive, and it is 9-1 after 10. Turbo YFP is in the pits right now.
I mean, they're trying different things. Every single round, it feels like they're going for a different approach, whether it's Mr. Juan on the left side, whether he's on B site trying to do some Odin harass, trying to draw some members away, whether it's going for a big map-wide rotate to the A side, or then just committing to B. Every single time, it feels like these members are just one step ahead. It feels like Soar just has a great read, and their utility is so well placed that there's no openings that you can find anyway. Let's see if Lin can do something with the knives, though.
Yeah, knives out here, up into the air, Reformed, gonna find Bossy. There it is, Lin getting a shot off on John QT, and this is exactly what YFP needs. They've got to get in. 3 members are alive, but it's gonna be Soar Cryo who finds 2. Tetra takes him down finally. It's a 2-on-3 situation in favor of YFP.
YFP finally got a lead, but you know, with Xander here, I don't know if I'd call it a lead because he's just been picking it up whenever it's necessary. It's still a pretty tight spot. You got to play well.
Both here coming out from both these teams as they'll use this mid-market as the divider. Just trying to get some spray shots, some ricochet shots through the boxes. They have an idea. Usually, you know where the players are going to be. It's going to be a push, and Tetra, though, finds him. Giza really quick. And just like that, it is a 1 member left alive. It's just Xander here in the market. Xander does find Tetra. Oh, Xander with a double kill. It's a 1-on-1 situation. This could be doing. Xander with the triple. YFP had it. But just like that, Xander winds up picking it up. The triple kill. God, Turbo, you called it. This man is on fire right now.
I'm telling you, when you are picking up double kills through the smoke, what's a triple kill? What's a 1v3 triple on site? This man's just insane, absolutely on fire, can't be stopped. Gotta be feeling really, really good after that one.
That was incredible. I mean, I'm watching, I'm commentating, I'm trying so hard not to be biased, but even watching YFP lose that round, it's like, it's so disheartening because they were right there. You see them start to snowball. They make a good ultimate play with the knives. They make a good shot up mid to take down Soar. And just like that, it just still was not enough when you have Xander with a reverse diffuse triple kill. Oh, it's demoralizing.
It's just, like you said, it's a brick wall. It feels like every time you take down one layer, there's another one that just gets thrown right back up, whether it's Bossy, whether it's Xander. They're all here just ready to sort of crush your hopes and dreams, honestly, if you're YFP for this opening round. But, you know, they've got one more round in this half, and maybe they can try and bring something back.
Yeah, and they're not out of it yet. Soar Bossy, though, just this guy on Phoenix always winds up managing to find a target early in the round. I can't tell if it's YFP playing too aggressive or if he's just finding someone up mid every time. But actually, this one was found long A. So it's just interesting. YFP has never really had a chance to get in the sight 5-man plant down. They've done 3, they've done 2, but it just has not been enough. Soar has just been overwhelming so far. Wow. I mean, just like that, Soar Bossy hiding in the base when it rains and pours.
And what's so brutal is that was your bomb carrier. Worldwide was the one peeking, trying to find Bossy. And now complete control for Soar while he's alone. Wow. Doesn't matter when you're just winning every duel.
He's literally in the base, hawking and killing everybody. It is just Reformed left as we are here now in round number 12. 13 seconds. This bomb has got to get down and is not looking good. Soar is totally set up. YFP does not have a chance as Xander once again with the headshot. Soar just looks on fire right now.
Completely on fire. They are so comfortable on this map. And if I'm not mistaken, you know, this was one that he struggled on. That YFP had a little bit of trouble on last game or last series. And so maybe it's some of that discomfort on the map coming through. Maybe they'll be able to bring it back on ice boxes. That was one of their better maps last series. So maybe they've got a shot moving forward, but just so much dominance coming out of Soar.
Yeah, there's not much sunlight right now. I mean, it's not over just yet. YFP still can get back into it. However, they have 10 rounds to almost go straight, 12 to win, as only 2 to win here for Soar. So, you know, it's funny also, we haven't seen Soar play. We'll finally see them on offense now, but they were doing all that on defense with 2 duelists. I mean, pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, it is really good to see when you can have those aggressive options on defense work out just as well. You know, sometimes they say the best offense or the best defense is a good offense, and certainly been showing it here.
Yeah. As we have 116 left in the corner, Giza takes out Mr. Juan as he will fall down. Nice Phoenix flash coming in around the corner. And Tetra gonna try to just hold off this push. They do know Soar is coming in. They can hear him on the comm. Soar Bossy says, I don't care where you are. I'm gonna shoot it through the wall, headshot, and take him down.
John QT taking Lin, and now this is a bit of a split position. John QT away from the team, but it doesn't really matter.
Ooh, Reform takes down John QT there. 4-on-1 situation. They are going to call him out. And just like that, Soar Bossy is going to find Reformed, making it point game on defense here for Soar. Looking to take map 1. Remember, this is a best of 3 situation here.
Yeah, and the worst part is that now if you are on the side of YFP, you've got to force up whatever you can. You know, we're seeing a Bucky, a Spectre, not the best buy coming through. Sheriff, Stinger, really scattered stuff up against the Phantom and 4 Spectres for Soar. Really bring out sort of the heaviest guns you can get away with this early.
As we see the newly added butterfly knife there in the screen. 137 here. This is point potentially game map number 1 for Soar. As Giza now will watch alongside Killjoy. Set up a turret in the back lines here for some intel. And Giza just doing a nice job playing the mid connector. They can tell it's going to be an A side. Giza just locking up to make sure his team is safe in mid. And nobody comes through to push. And YFP has an idea it's going that way as well.
Yeah, and now just some preliminary util clearing out wine. I like this. Now, Cryo able to use the Owl drone, get some information, and now here comes the hit.
Yeah, and they knew it. As soon as they went down, Lin, though, Mr. Juan going to pick up one apiece. YFP finally getting a little bit of play here as they are up 4-3 on the man count in the round. And they'll need 12 straight to win this one, Turbo. Not looking good. Do you see any light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean, if you can force overtime, then you sort of open up a whole new game. But you're still under that pressure of one loss equals the map. So you can try as hard as you can. And if they just get one more round, even if it's when you reach 11 rounds, if they get to 13, that's it. And John QT nailing headshots like that, it's not looking too good.
Ooh, Giza going to find Lin there in the garden. It's now going to be a push-up. Oh, Mr. Wall wasn't ready for it. Giza playing so fast right now. Spectre is in hand. There's only one member left. They have an idea. They heard it. And Giza going to get out of there as some damage onto Killjoy, about 23.
And now you've just got to try and play. You just got to play safe if you're Soar, honestly. You've got 3 members. Set up a crossfire. That's all you need. And with just a stinger on Tetra, not much that you can really do here. You can give it all you got, but it's might not be enough. And there's the last frag as map 1 goes over to Soar.
Wow, I mean, what amazing stuff. I did think Soar was going to win that one, but I did not think it was going to be a 13-1 Turbo. I mean, what did you like opening to finish? You know, it was pretty, swept game, but what did you like there from Soar?
I mean, Soar just really understood their composition. They were able to use the Astra to buy a lot of time whenever there was a B rush. They had the Sova on an A rush. They had Sova constantly on Bs to slow down and get that vision of if someone was trying to push up B. And they always had John QT just being that sort of bastion in mid, being able to shut down any pushes. So there was never really any spaces that YFP could get control because they were just sort of outclassed, whether it was in those duels against John QT or just a little unconfident up against all of that Astra utility. So it sort of came down to just not having a space that they were comfortable moving forwards.
Well, no doubt about it. Great analyst there. Well, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break between map 1. Don't go anywhere, folks, because when we come back, we'll have map 2 of Soar versus YFP. See you shortly. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the $10,000 Valorant Community Gaming Tournament. Paulie Hype alongside J Turbo, your casters from Map 1. We're back for Map 2, J Turbo. What did you like from Map 1, and what can YFP do to bring it back here, to bring it to a Map 3 for Map number 2?
I mean, Map 1, just a lot of really, really great stuff out of Soar. They were always in the right places. They were winning their duels. They understood their composition and how to execute it, whether it was shutting down spaces with Astra or just getting enough vision with the Killjoy and the Sova. And they also had that sort of extra duelist in the Phoenix to be that X factor in certain spaces. So it was really, really great out of SoAR, and it felt like there was just a little bit lacking on the side of YFP, whether it was a lack of comfort or that they just couldn't win some of these duels. It was really, really tough for them. So maybe look at a draft change. We're going to Icebox, so a very, very different map, a lot more open. You have a lot more flexibility. So maybe that'll be better for YFP, but this is still SoAR's map choice, so can't imagine it's going to be all too easy.
Well, this time we'll see some swaps around here, as SoAR Bossy going from that Phoenix to now playing the Raze, which is going to be interesting. And we're seeing some Sage come out here. Character I wasn't seeing for a little bit in some of the past Valorant tournaments I'm casting, but now seeing it on both these teams right here due to the elevations of Icebox. What do you think of those picks?
I personally really, really like the Sage. She's not a Sentinel. She's Sentinel in name only, really, in my opinion. But what she does is offer a lot of really creative utility. You have that heal, which sort of surprises people at times. You maybe get a cross map and someone's a little healthier than you would expect. You have that wall, which just lets you go for some really, really interesting plants, especially on B site for Icebox. You can just sort of corner off one section and go for a really, really safe plant. And then when you combine it with the Viper, you actually just have these sort of two walls that can really X out a site. And it just gives you a lot more options, I feel, as a team.
Yeah, well, we're going to see that mirror match come out on both sides. And in fact, this is actually a straight up mirror match minus the Raze for SoAR and minus the Killjoy here for YFP. So both of these teams kind of going with this standardized picks here on Icebox.
Yep, pretty standard stuff. I think nearly identical draft, just swapping out the Killjoy for the Raze. We're going to need to see that Raze be really, really impactful in order to warrant not having that Killjoy, because, you know, she's just so useful on this really long map. You have the bomb, you obviously have the nades, the mollies, and just the little turret that can just buy a lot of time.
Well, don't forget the rocket launcher ultimate, which in the right hands is a kill, double kill almost every time. But the nice thing about this map, Icebox, very long, stretched out, multiple different corridors, especially with having two Sage walls, two Viper walls on this map. There will be a lot of custom corridors as well. So it looks like a double Viper wall off here onto B. Both teams are going to maneuvering back and forth to try to get in. And it looks like Giza going to get that bomb down. One member of YFP has fallen. It's 5-on-4 here, Turbo, as we're seeing Tetra trying to get one, but SoAR Bossy takes him out.
Yes, we're about to take him out. Right there, we're seeing this sort of wall play where you can have this corridor between yellow box that's boxed off, so you just have so much control over this backside. It's so tough to push into. Reform's trying to find something, but you have to make yourself so exposed like that.
Ooh. SoAR Bossy eliminating two, and SoAR Bossy, oh, worldwide with the whip shot. Alt fire from the classic. Jesus, what a nice shot.
Really insane, but it's so tight, and with three members converging on your position, not going to be able to find much, and SoAR taking that first round, just like last time.
Yeah, and this is their map pick, like you were stating earlier, as, wow, I mean, what a worldwide has been just the breakout talent, if you ask me, out here on YFP. He has so many times almost clutched being down 2-3 guys and almost came out with the win. SoAR doing a great job there of locking it up regardless, but worldwide is really warmed up and playing well. YFP has got to find some sort of success here, Turbo. I mean, this is now carrying over into the next map.
Yeah, they do. It's that confidence again. I don't think I can overstate it with just how impactful it can be in this game. Recon Dark spots too, which is good, but with this Viper wall already up, it's going to be pretty difficult to push into.
All right, well, a jet will go into the air. Ray's also going to get some intel from the Boombot, but it will get taken out, as we have YFP alerted that SoAR is pushing down this left Icebox corridor onto B once again.
Yeah, and with a pretty scattered buy. I mean, there's a Stinger, a couple Marshals. They bought down for this, so it's pretty do or die if you're YFP here, because you won't be able to afford rifles next round. You'll have to go into another save, put yourself into an even deeper deficit.
As we have 55 seconds left on this one, going to be a long rotation over onto the A side. And now, Giza starting to lead the charge. Spectre's out. Jet and Lin going to find one. Here comes that dart from Sova of YFP. And now it's going to be an easy takeover site, A site, and it's going to be looking for like a retake for IFP.
Yeah, you're going to have to retake. You had 3 members committed to B site. John QT getting 1 as Lin's just trying to find something with this Marshall, but I don't know how much you'll be able to find.
Giza getting set up here down underneath the archway here. John QT going to find 1. SoarBossy finds another 2 once again, and Giza will clean it up. That's a 2-0 start once again, and the snowball has begun for Soar. I mean, Bossy is his name to definition. Every single round, this guy just, it doesn't matter if they're down, if they're up, he pulls double kills out of his pocket, out of nowhere, all the time in the right place, and more importantly, with the right aim. Great job by Bossy Turbo.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing Bossy just really have this duelist mentality sort of locked in on that raise, finding picks where you need them, and just doing what you need. As you said, an absolute boss in every sense of the name, and early recon catching Tetra, and all that does is just give a little bit of information, as now both teams sort of caught in this really awkward section between the Viper smokes.
Yeah, both teams wasting a little bit of utility here just to try to force some uncomfortable nature. SoarBossy once again finding a quick pick. Xander is going to tack on another one as well. Cryo joins the mix as well. It's now 2 members left. Xander finds another. Just 1 member left here, and it's going to be a one-on-one on the other side of the map. Lin does find Xander. Lin finds Cryo too. Lin trying to come back, but John QT will stifle that very quickly for Soar as they now take a 3-0 lead. And this is the reason why they picked this map, Turbo. We're seeing just an extreme comfort right here from Soar.
I mean, they have some really, really creative utility setups, honestly, like that Viper wall. It sort of shut them into that little side room off of B main. That's such a creative Viper wall that I haven't seen in quite a while. So it's really refreshing to see this comfort on your agents, and it just goes to show how they really understand their composition and what it's meant to do, you know? In every position. They have the lurking Viper, they have all of these different positions, and when they're cut off, they still find stuff like this.
As we see the rocket come out, does not connect though. Soar Cryo winds up finding Tekra in the corner. Worldwide and Reform though, finally finding 2 for YFP, one of them being Bossy, who will hit the death screen there. 119 left on the clock, and now YFP playing defense, 3-on-3 situation, but Worldwide, unfortunately, the Slayer for YFP getting taken out early.
Yeah, as now it is a 3-on-3, so YFP sort of best bet here, but Reformed peeking into Xander. Not getting caught, but still there is that health disadvantage on the Killjoy. So it's going to make this most likely retake even tougher, as the Molly just used to buy a little time for the rotate, but it's not going to quite buy enough unless Lin. Oh my.
What a shot by Lin on that operator. Reformed finds another one in the back left corner on the Killjoy, but it's left to Xander. I'd love to pull up his screen right now. Xander 1-on-2. I want to see him if he's able to clutch this out, and I want to see if YFP can do the same on their side. Xander has been spotted, chased back down this long corridor, totally found, and is by himself.
Yeah, and Xander, you know, sort of the make or break last game, and through the smoke again.
Ooh, that's 4 kills for Xander. The bait off the fake plant. Oh, Xander played it perfectly, aimed down the sights to perfection. That was insane. I can't believe Xander came out of that round.
I mean, it feels like whenever Xander's at a disadvantage, you just gotta flip the script because he's gonna find a way to take it. We saw 1v3 last round, last game. We saw 2v1 this game, both times for round-winning clutches. And I mean, if you need someone to be able to put it into high gear, Xander's your man.
I mean, this team Soar is just playing spectacular. Definitely one to watch throughout the event here. I can't believe Xander just came out of that. He was in no situation. YFP made a critical mistake, and they did not push together in a 2v1 situation. You have to push together for the exact reason of something like that happening.
Yeah, Mr. Kwan getting that opening pick. It's really good stuff, sort of punishing that lurk that Soar like to go for, but it also means Reformed all alone on this site.
Big ultimate here from Viper. Get the poison toxin cloud up. Worldwide gonna get a revive on Reformed here for YFP. But Soar Xander and Olaf Soar have the advantage of the green gas here to come out of this one. Bomb is down. Mr. Juan gonna find Giza. Tekra gonna find Bossy. It's 5-on-2. YFP might have the first round of the match.
Last player standing.
And that was a huge Killjoy lockdown. Now it's just John QT, but a good angle it's planted for him. Does have the knife. This would be insane if he pulls it out, but Reformed there to shut him down as YFP finally putting a round on the board.
Tekra doing a little butterfly knife spin as well. Everyone got this knife skin. Interesting. 4-1. Excuse me. After 5, and YFP. This is good for YFP because we need to talk about this a little bit. We haven't been giving them enough love. YFP is getting started a little bit earlier this time. Actually, I think they took their first round on the 5th round too last map, but they have one on the board. If they can get 2 here, they're already going to be doing better than last map, already putting them in a better situation to come out on top to force a map 3.
Yeah, and what's good for them is that Icebox is a much more attack-sided map than Ascent, which means if they can string together, 2, 3, 4 rounds, that's all you really need to get a successful, attacking side. But Lynn taking down John QT, gotta feel good.
And using John QT's operator also from last round. Worldwide, Mr. Juan finding some kills, and this is the YFP. People expect to show up here as 3 members are down for Soar. They might be able to get their 2nd round of the map, which will be the best they've done so far. This is exciting stuff. 5 members of YFP are still alive with just 2 members of Soar trying to find how they can get in here on the B site for a plan.
Oh, look at this trigger discipline, just waiting to see if someone pushes up. And there it is from Giza. Oh my goodness.
Giza revived John as well. It's a 3-for-3 swing now. And just like that, Soar is back in it as they are still sitting on the edge of B. Both toxin walls have gone down for the Vipers. It's Worldwide with a 2-for-1 piece. He finds 3. Worldwide with 4. 1 with the Sheriff headshot. A double collateral kill from the operator. Amazing stuff there as Worldwide picks up 4 in just 1 round. Turbo, Worldwide is killing it right now. This guy has got to be the backbone of YFP.
I mean, Worldwide has sort of been the standout player on YFP. Last round with that insane Omen 1v3. This round, pulling out another 1v3. Not for the round in the same way, not in a 1v3 for the defuse, but still so insane. Just a one-man army here.
Can we follow alongside Worldwide? I really want to pull up Worldwide because he has just been playing so fantastic for YFP. We're following alongside Reformed. Wow, great headshot there from Reformed onto Xander. Right there in the middle now. YFP starting to get a little swag about him, John.
Yeah, they're finally figuring, I think, this Soar team out. They're finding the angles they like to play, challenging them in just the right ways, and using their utility to draw them out. And that's exactly what we needed to see. We didn't see much of that last time on Ascent. They were sort of bunkered down, but the openness of this map is helping them out. And Mr. Juan.
Yeah, Mr. Juan wound up finding 1. Lin opping down another with the operator. So our Bossy coming up middle, and Reformed and Lin gonna find another 2 apiece, and just like that, YFP has gotten themselves here into map number 2, and we officially have a game, ladies and gentlemen. 4-3.
Yes, we do. We've got a game on our hands, and I mean, this is what we saw at the start of the stream today. Immortals going 13-0 in their first match, and then getting taken to triple overtime, I believe, into losing the map. So, who knows? Maybe YFP have got something like that up their sleeves. It would be insane to see again, but at the very least, they're putting rounds on the board.
Yeah, that's the way you win the game. Put the rounds on the board. So, after 7, we still have a lead with Soar by 1. Giza going to find Reform, and Soar going to try to find some way to get back into this one. They've lost a little bit of their momentum here now in round number 8.
Grounded.
Ooh, beautiful flank by Lin is now a sort of roundabout way to get to B site, as they completely routed the defenders who were all sort of stuck in mid.
Yeah, and it's going to be a 4-for-4 here, as once again, the concentration of aggression has been towards the B site for Soar. They're clearing out it every time, and they're saying even no matter if you kill us in the beginning, we're still going to go back for it for a second take, as once again, their Viper wall is just sectioned off the whole southwest portion of the B site.
Oh man, if that wall was put up, I mean, I think it was an accident, but the Molly might still have landed, but so much offsite util here.
Yeah, Soar getting a big-time ultimate there. Cryo winds up connecting one. Lin for YFP finds one. Soar Xander is going to trade off Lin. It's going to be a quick defuse. And Soar Bossy. Worldwide almost stole it. That was really, really close. Like, it was halfway done from whoever was on it at the beginning. And Worldwide went to stick it. And Bossy came in literally. Final tick came in and stopped him. YFP almost stole that round.
Yeah, barely able to close out that round. But what's even bigger, you know, than sort of stopping this momentum out of YFP is that 3 members died on the outset from the side of Soar. And that means their economy's not that great. Both teams in a pretty tough spot where whoever loses this round won't be able to rebuy. So,
big round.
Pretty important point right here.
Soar Bossy following alongside. Once again, a focused B-side push. But it looks like Bossy actually just trying to make some noise, make them think that they're coming B, and it's going to be a nice rotation over to A. But so far, I really like what Soar's doing so far right here. Not taking the bomb anywhere, just causing a bunch of havoc, bunch of mischief, and trying to see where they can find one kill to open up the entrance anywhere. 112 left on the clock. We're here in round number 9, and Soar is looking to get any way in. YFP holding true and sturdy in their starting setup.
Yeah, and this starting setup's really solid. This Killjoy's a little further back, but it doesn't give up much information. And that's what's really great, is that they're not giving that one pick that Soar are looking for. They know that they're just playing default, trying to find something before they really push on forward, and they're preventing them from finding any aggressive angles, any flanks, by having just one person dedicated mid, one person dedicated B to sort of keep them honest.
And right here, it could be a B engagement, as it looks like Sova running into Soar's Viper. Here in the middle, Sova starting to get a little aggressive, but Soar Bossy actually coming on into B and winds up binging Worldwide right in the face through the gas. And just like that, Bossy is going to help this Soar team get that bomb down. Lin will find one for YFP with the op.
Yeah, and that's big. It takes down the Viper utility. It means that there won't be those walls, it won't be that gas, but there's the tactical nuke at a Bossy.
Ooh, oh, that's a huge kill onto Lin. That operator's gonna fall out of the hands of Lin. Bomb will go down here on the B site. A rocket from Bossy does wind up finding one for YFP, and just like that, it is now Soar once again who have a 6-3 lead. They've taken 2 consecutive, and Soar said, we're not playing around anymore. Turbo, what does YFP have to do to rebuttal now and stop the bleeding quickly?
I mean, we saw good stuff out of them last round. I think maybe go for a similar setup, but go for just a 2-1-2. You didn't necessarily need 3 people on A, and while, yes, they were grouped, and they didn't have any way to confirm that. The Killjoy was enough to slow them down, and would have been enough to just sort of keep them honest before the rotate could come through. So here they're putting a couple more people into dynamic positions. They've got the Sova on Boiler. I like that, but here comes the fast hit onto A. This Killjoy's going to have to play pretty defensive.
So far, Bossy has been such a quality player. Xander winds up finding one. Worldwide gonna res Mr. Juan right away from the kill. So that ultimate from Sage is gonna be down. 120 left on this clock here in round number 10. As there's gonna be a backside push here. Lin unfortunately losing the ultimate. Soar Bossy winds up connecting on Lin. John QT will trade off on Reform to kill Soar Cryo. And John QT finding 2, as it is 2-on-2. Worldwide trades off Giza.
Yeah, we've got to remember, Bossy is low. Just one hit, and I think that man's going down. So, got to stay safe.
Yeah, Tetra does find John QT. It is going to be a defuse here. And I like that Bossy is trying to waste as much time as possible with the grenade. Has an idea of where it's going to be. Oh my God, what a play. A bounce off the wall with the blast pack, giving him enough velocity and momentum to come up with a double kill while the bomb is being defused. YFP, another round that they had that Soar has literally stolen from them.
Stolen is a perfect word for that. I mean, some of these satchel shenanigans are so amazing to watch, as Bossy sort of in this unwinnable 2v1, 35 HP, just sort of wave dashes across the side. No, there was nothing stopping him, and just gets the spray down. And I mean, that's what you live for, those kind of clips. They're really, really insane stuff.
I mean, that was incredible. He knew the velocity from the blast pack on the wall was going to make it difficult. Traditionally, Valorant players playing with lower sensitivity on the mouse and keyboard. He knew that it was going to give him enough momentum to make it so that was going to be a difficult shot due to how close. I forget who it was for YFP. It was Sage, but how close they were. And I mean, unfortunately, he did it perfectly. Waited for the defuse, heard it, and then blast packed off that engagement. It was obviously not going to be a fake defuse because it was a 2-on-1 situation. Genius play there by Soar. I cannot believe Bossy pulled that one out.
Yeah, genius play and forcing the timeout out of YFP. I mean, after that one, you've sort of just got to slow down, cool your nerves, and remember, you played that position well. Sometimes you're just not ready for the optimized satchel slide across into your line of sight. So now I like what they're doing. They're going for a bit of a default, but no killjoy on A site means it's going to be hard pressed for Lin to hold on to.
Yeah, you know, YFP coming out with that timeout after last round, like you said, demoralizing. You know, from my days of competitive playing, those are the rounds where you just got to pause the ship here, regroup, rehuddle, and do not let that round tank you because it's only 3-7 here. You're still in the mix, no problem at all. You can't let this one get away from you as Mr. Juan will find Bossy. John QT trading off Pectra. It's a 4-on-4 here with that bomb getting down once again onto the A site. He's going to res Bossy, and it's 5-on-4 in favor. Reformed also throwing down a defensive killjoy, and Reformed will come in off that, try to get some plays. Oh, this is so smart. Nice play by Reformed to pick up one. Lin going to attack on a second.
Xander with the molly kill, but then the kill's coming back from that lockdown.
Where's this been? Reform playing amazing right there. It is just 1-on-1. Sova going against Raze, and this is not looking good. That bomb is down. Reform's going to have to find a way, and ooh, headshot, but it's not going to be enough. Reform's going to pick up the AK, but that bomb's going to go off and kill Reformed anyway. So unfortunate. After a quadra by Reformed, YFP still loses the round.
And what's so brutal is that YFP are playing these positions incredibly well. They're finding these spots, and it's just one kill. It's one spot. It's one member that's on the flank that just sort of ruins their setup and ruins everything that they had going for them. In this last round, it was Cryo. I mean, that Sova just not ready for him to waste so much time when Reformed was going absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was really amazing stuff, honestly. It's so tough because YFP playing so well. I mean, it's not even like they're playing bad. They're playing good. But Soar is just pulling things out of their hat, their magic top hat. And once again, bomb's going to go down towards the A site. Soar knows they're having success on the A site, and they're going to push it in. Mr. Juan, though, going to find Xander with the ultimate worldwide, tacking on another kill onto Cryo. It's 5-on-3 now as YFP is going to look for their 4th round here in the half.
Yeah, and if they can find this one, they won't be in a terrible spot. Oh, man, I was afraid that John QT was about to turn that. But that nade going wide should be just fine. All right, Tetra does clean up Bossy, and this isn't too bad if you're a YFP fan. I mean, yes, it's 8-4, but Icebox is a really heavy attack-sided map. So having 4 rounds on the board, it's enough of a cushion to get you rolling.
Yeah, that's amazing stuff, though. 8-4 as the sides will finally switch here. And now it'll be Soar playing the defensive portion of the map. YFP will be their turn to attack. Remember, this is Soar's map as they are looking to close this one out. It is a best-of-3 with Soar winning map number 1 convincingly. And now we are on map number 2 if you're just tuned in with us now. So here we have the start of the second half of map number 2. YFP versus Soar. You know, Turbo, I know I've asked this a lot, but it's the truth. YFP has had so many chances. They've played very well, but it has just not been enough. Is there a certain character, an ultimate? Is there a rotation? What site do they need to press? How do they get back 4 rounds right now without, you know, the 5 going to Soar?
I mean, right here, you first got to take down Bossy. He's sort of going to be that mini boss guarding those entrances, and they clear him out. But what I want to see is good wall usage. You know, we've got this Viper wall that should be coming up, help them get sight. And when you're attacking on Icebox with Viper and Sage, you have so much movement with your utility, but Cryo knocking down Lin's going to make things a bit tougher.
Yeah, Lin's going to fall, but the bomb will go down. So a slight trade there, person for objective, as it is still 5 members of Soar are alive. Bossy on the back end side of the boxes here. And John QT, all members of Soar are slowly creeping in, but it is all set up for YFP. They're sitting behind a Viper wall. Soar Cryo, though, gonna wind up getting a shocker dart behind Mr. Juan. He's gonna find 3 there, actually, on Worldwide. Reform does find Cryo, but it looks like Texture. Oh, this is genius here. Is that gonna land right on the bomb?
It might, but in a 1v4, there's just not enough, and there's the defuse. And it was looking good at the start. They got the site taken down, they had the util where they needed it, but the problem was, I think they just sort of panicked when the retake came down. When the secondary Viper wall came up from the side of Soar, they panicked. They weren't ready for it, and that's not what you can be doing when you're in these sort of do-or-die situations. When you need this pistol round to get the ball rolling, you've got to be prepared for it.
Yeah, it just hurts. That hurts them so detrimentally because they need that pistol round, like you said, to maybe pick up a second and a third, get them back in that 8-7, 9-7 range. But now 9-4, you're down 5, and it's just 4 rounds before it is point set match here for Soar. As Giza, we follow alongside Giza, looking to put a wall up. Soar Bossy, though, going to find Reform back on the B side of the map. And just like that, Soar Bossy finding 2. Mini Bossy is totally right, J Turbo. It's a triple kill. Soar Bossy's killing it.
1 enemy remaining.
I mean, Tech are able to answer back. It's a 2v1, but this is still tough. And as we were seeing, you know, it's so tough to push into Bossy on this raise, using the utility to perfection. And now, without a team, Tetra can try to get the bomb down, which would be a good result. But when you forced up, you've got to be winning the rounds.
This is a really tough situation. I mean, it's 2-on-1, but the bomb is still in the hands of Viper. And Viper trying to find somewhere to get it down, but Viper does not know where both players are. Now has an idea there from the intel. 42 seconds left on this one. Actually has enough time to rotate all the way around and go put it on A. I think that's the play right here, Turbo. What about you?
Does have enough time, and what I'd like to see is right as you're crossing the gap, put up that wall. Exactly. Now this is sort of convincing that committal, and you've got to stick around because you're really unsure if she's using that for cover or if it's a bait. And in this case, we can see it. It's a bait, but it buys so much time. They're going to have to wait until the bomb actually goes down before they can rotate. Really heads-up play from Tetra.
Beautiful stuff. Bomb's going to go down, and just like that, 2 members of, you know, that's the play as well if you're Soar. I know a lot of people might think you 1-1 split there, but the play is always going to be you have, you know, 30 seconds for the bomb to fuse. The play, or 20 seconds rather. The play is always going to be 2-on-1 now, retake back onto the bomb. Viper wall, though, going up once again. It has been recharged as actually it's Xander going for the defuse. This is pretty ingenious here. That wall is going to has life. It's going to be behind the push. Just 1 member left, and Giza finds it with a nice switch to the classic Tetra. Tetra played perfectly. Oh, you just hate to see it. Giza winds up clutching it out 10-4 after 14 here on Icebox.
And again, YFP, they're playing so well. They're finding these positions. They're getting into these clutch moments. It just comes down to 1 pick or 1 extra member that they're not able to find, whether it's Bossy going crazy to give them a man advantage for Soar, or whether it's just not quite optimizing these final spots. And while, yes, we did see Tetra play that incredibly well, just a little panic coming out with just sort of the side-to-side rapid spray, not able to clean up a kill.
All right, 135 here in round number 15. And it has been all Soar once again. A little bit more productivity from YFP, but Soar doing a great job at stifling down their offense. It is a heavy A push this time around as that Viper walls come out. Soar, though, still sitting over at B just in case, but it's going to be a heavy now. And now I believe the rotate will come out here on the stage wall. And Soar Xander going to find Worldwide. He finds 2. Lynn does take out Giza there. But 2 members fall for YFP. It's a 4-on-3 situation.
1 enemy remaining.
And Cryo just coming alive in the second half. Wow. There again with another shock dart.
Shock darts all day. Triple kill for Cryo. All members of Team Soar are going off. And Xander here going to get the defuse. Get that extra ultimate point rotated around to him. And it's 11-4 as it is just 2 points away from a game, set, and match here in the winners quarters finals.
Yeah, and now it's really up to YFP. The onus is on them. They've got a full buy. This is really when you have to win. If you can't win when you've got a full buy, then when are you going to?
Yeah, and this is really the most impactful round.
Yeah, this is the round. Gotta win this, otherwise it's probably GG's, because you'll be on a half buy or some sort of force that won't be that great up against full rifles. So they can pick this up. They might be able to start stringing them together.
Well, let's see how it goes for YFP. We are following alongside John QT right now, and the 16th round of this game on Icebox here for the Community Gaming $10,000 tournament. 10K on the line here. Not a bad weekend of Valorant, if you ask me. But SoarCryo does find Mr. Juan. Xander going to find Reformed. And just like that, it is 5-on-3. YFP, no sun in sight. Nothing but darkness and a cave. And that cave being supplied by the team members of Soar. Worldwide finding one, though.
Oops.
And here, every single pick getting traded by Soar, just finding them worldwide. It's your time to step up. Does have the res, so this does add in sort of that extra element, but the res right in front of the enemy team.
Picking up the quadra turbo.
Yeah, picking up the quadra. It is really, really beautiful stuff. As Worldwide doing what he can, trying to bring back to 2v3, but the trouble is that wall takes so long to come up. Would have liked to see maybe go for a teammate that wasn't so close, but I mean, in those sort of just flashpoint positions where it's just do or die, 1 second you're here, 1 second you're not, you've got to just do what you can. And now we're at 12-4. Really, actually not too bad of a buy for the side of YFP. They've got some rifles and a Spectre, but light armor on a couple members.
All right, so this is point game now as Soar looking to close it out. They are point set and match. But Linden Reform said, we're not going away anywhere just yet. SoarCryo going to find one, but 3 members of YFP do find a picks. And it's like, they just took that with such ease. Where was a lot of that early on? John QT, though, getting a nice snipe on Mr. Juan.
Yeah, maybe it was just sort of that necessity. Maybe that was all that was sort of holding them back, was now they're like, we've got nothing to lose. We've got to just go for it. If they'd had that attitude the whole time, maybe this wouldn't be so bad for them.
That's what I really feel like that. You got to get some of that, effort in your system. Like, let's go, like straight up in. But wait a minute, what? A round that YFP should easily have had has gone to Soar. Once again, that's going to be a GG, as Soar are going to be your winners here, and they are going to advance over YFP. YFP did a phenomenal job. I know it might not seem it on the scoreboard, but they were trying out there, did the best they could. Soar, an amazing team, Turbo, and they're going to move on.
Yeah, Soar, an incredible team. They've won here in quarters, moving on to semis. They are really turning out to be one of the best teams out here, and you couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, YFP fought valiantly, did an incredible job. The scoreline does not reflect just how well they played. There were so many rounds where it was 1 member or just 2 members where it could have gone either way, where it was just 1 duel, 1 gunfight that sort of settled the match. But really, really great stuff from both sides.
Yeah, amazing stuff. And shortly here, GG's to everybody. We're going to be joined here by Captain Jack. A nice little try here. The 3 of us will talk to you guys for a little bit here as we finish off for the day. But what an amazing day 1 of competitive Valorant action. Some of the biggest, baddest, and best names in Valorant are competing in this one for the $10,000 Community Gaming Weekend Tournament. This has been such a great event. And once again, just always a blast to cast with you, Turbo. You killed it as always, man.
We blast the cast with you as well. Always love a chance to hop on the mic with the Poly Hype.
Oh, baby. So, yeah, we'll be joined by Captain Jack here as soon as he's ready.
Yeah. Is it over? Holy goodness.
Day 1.
Oh, man. Today has been amazing. Almost 8.5 hours of Valorant action, folks. We couldn't have asked for anything better. So thank you so much to Community Gaming inviting us in to help out with the Valorant Premier Series Finals. This has just been an amazing thing. And I'm not even a Valorant person. And I just absolutely love watching all the action go down, the big clutches, the multiple overtimes, just gets you blood pumping. And that's why we want to let you know that the action does not end here. This is only day one of this tournament, folks. So be sure that you're heading on over to twitch.tv/communitygamingny. That's where the main stream is going to continue to be tomorrow, where they're going to continue to move their way through the rest of the winners bracket. Then go into the dredges, find out who's going to be coming out of the losers route to find their way back to the top. Gentlemen, how are you feeling? Even though this is kind of a slap compared to the rest that we've seen today, it's some amazing Valorant during this match.
Yeah, there really has been. Soar, one of the top teams in the game since the beginning. They have always had a top competitive team, and they're going to go deep in this one, for no doubt about it. What about you, Turbo? What are you seeing over there?
I mean, I'm feeling great. Like you said, couldn't have said it better myself, Captain Jack. These incredible plays. Just get your blood pumping, ready for more. And honestly, this has been an absolute pleasure to be able to cast.
All right, last thing before we go ahead and sign off, folks, we want to remind you that the Valorant Premier Series 10K tournament is brought to you by Community Gaming. They run weekly tournaments for games like Valorant, League of Legends, Hearthstone, and many more. Community Gaming also supports a wide variety of grassroots tournaments, offering tools and guidance to organizers to help supercharge those events. Head on over to communitygaming.io to learn more about their stuff. Gentlemen, anything else you want to shout out before we go ahead and close up our night?
Absolutely. I love you, Community Gaming. Thank you so much for having me. Love working with you guys. Oh, yeah, Community Gaming. Make sure to follow them. Turbo, close us out, baby.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. Thank you, Community Gaming. Always a pleasure. Love working their events. Incredible team over here putting everything together. Also, huge thanks to Captain Jack and Will English IV for bringing us this stream and putting everything together. Couldn't have been possible without them. And also our incredible producer and observer, Pi the producer and Delta the observer, bringing all of the action to you all day. They have been killing it.
Yeah, Pay and Delta, honestly, they've just, every time the overtime ticks, every time we go to map 3, they're, I feel it in their soul. I just know what they're going through right there, because I've been sitting alongside them doing the social media and all that jazz. So thank you so much to our producer and observer, Pay and Delta. Y'all did an incredible job. Shout out to Thunder and Triad and Rome and Marks, the casters that you saw earlier today. If you go ahead and hit them up on social media, they do all sorts of games, obviously, including Valorant. So be sure to be following them as well as these gentlemen right here. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Invitational stream, and we'll see you tomorrow for the rest of the Community Gaming 10K. Take care.